All right, we are starting today with our Unit 1A packet, again, continuing with that. And this time we're on Topic 4, and Topic 4 here says that we are going to make tables for formulas, really similar to what we did in Topic 3. And another key word that's coming up again is this word evaluate. And again, evaluate means that we are going to either substitute, plug in, or replace the variable with a number and then simplify. All of these words, substitute, plug in, and replace, mean the same thing as evaluate. So whatever word you like the best, you can use. All right, so we're going to just read this problem aloud together. It says, you earn $15 an hour as a window washer, plus, right away, that's a key word, plus a one-time $50 reimbursement fee for supplies. So that means you get paid $50 for all the stuff that you have to buy to become a window washer. So, window washing fluid, and I don't know what else you use, a squeegee or something. So it says if H stands for the number of hours you work, the expression 50 plus 15H. And remember, this parenthesis means multiplication. So let's break this down. This means this is your $50 one-time fee. You get paid $50. And then you add to that 15 times H. That's because you get $15 for every single hour that you work. So if you work a lot of hours, you're going to multiply 15 by a big number. All right, so now we are going to make a table, and the big key here with this notes topic is to practice filling in these tables correctly to help you organize. We're going to start giving you a couple of the tables, and then we're going to hope that you are able to create the table on your own. All right, so let's think down here. I have a little error here because instead of the letter N right here, our variable should be an H. Our variable should be an H, so that's a little mistake on my part. So these numbers here, 1, 5, and 10, stand for possible numbers of hours that you worked. So in the first example, this is if you only worked 1 hour, you have a very short day. Let's see how much money that you earn as a window washer. So here's our formula. Up here we have 50, that's our one-time reimbursement fee, and then we add to that $15 times however many hours we worked. We worked 1 hour in this example. All right, so let's see what this is. It's 50 plus, we have to do order of operations. Remember, order of operations says we do 15 times 1 first. So we do 50 plus 15 times 1 is just 15. And 50 plus 15 is 65. So we get $65 if you work 1 day, or 1 hour, sorry. And that's a pretty good gig. I would like to get paid $65 to work 1 hour. All right, let's do the next example. If we work 5 hours, we do the same formula, 50 plus 15 times every hour that you work. So this time I'm going to plug a 5 in there. All right, so now we get 50 plus 15 times 5. You guys know what that is? Should be 75. So 50 plus 75, that's $125. And this should make sense. If you work for longer hours, you get paid more money. All right, let's do the last one, 10. If you work 10 hours, you get 50, that's your one-time fee, plus 15 times however many hours you work. So this should be a 10. And so now let's do this. 50 plus 15 times 10 is 150. So 50 plus 150, that means we get 200 hours. All right? All right, so we're moving on to the next section of our notes, and this should be right below. And again, there's that key word, evaluate. Evaluate just means plug in, replace, substitute, however you want to think about it. And here is our expression that we're evaluating. So I'm going to take a second to rewrite this expression. This expression says -6 plus 4 times, and so I'm going to put this in parentheses, 4 times whatever x is. So whatever we put in here is what we're going to replace that x with. All right, so let's practice a couple of these. We're going to do the same expression for each one. So the first one says, what if x equals 1? So that means I'm going to do negative 6 plus 4, and instead of writing an x, I'm going to do a 1, 4 times 1. All right, so negative 6 plus 4, that is negative 6. I'm just going to rewrite this. 4 times 1 is 4. And negative 6 plus 4 is negative 2. I'm going to put that in a box. That's my final answer. All right, my next one says x equals 0, which means replace the x with 0. Let's do this. Negative 6 plus 4. Instead of writing x, I'm going to write 0 in parentheses. So that is negative 6 plus, this is a nice and easy one. 4 times 0 is just 0. Negative 6 plus 0 is negative 6. Put that in a box. Final answer. All right, now we have a negative. What if x equals negative 3? So if x equals negative 3, we get negative 6 plus 4 times a negative 3. So we have to be careful with our positives and negatives. We have negative 6. And now I am going to do this first, right? I have 4 times negative 3. 4 times negative 3 is actually negative 12. So I could write this a couple ways. I could write plus negative 12, but plus negative 12 really is the same thing as just writing negative 6 minus 12. Doesn't matter how you write it. So I'm going to get my answer of negative 18 here. All right, and then lastly I have x equals negative 9. So I have negative 6 plus 4 times negative 9. So here I'm going to do negative 6. And then I'm going to do this part right here, 4 times negative 9, that's negative 36. So I'm going to write this one a little bit differently this time. I'm going to just write minus 36. So I have negative 6 minus 36, and that's negative 42. Put that in a box. Final answer. All right, we have one more here to evaluate. Again, here's that key word, evaluate just means plug in. So this means evaluate this expression when z is negative 1. So the only thing that I'm going to replace here is that z. So I'm going to actually rewrite this. I'm going to write the exact same thing, except for I'm going to leave a little blank space right there for the z. And then I'm going to write minus 2 squared plus 5. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to replace that z, where it is right there, with a negative 1. So I'm going to go back in there, and I'm going to do it underneath so this is clear. I can see in my notes. Oops, highlighter. And I'm going to write negative 1 minus 2 squared plus 5. Like that. All I did is replace that z with a negative 1. All right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to keep evaluating this. So I'm going to do parentheses first. Negative 1 minus 2, that's negative 3 when I combine those. Keep my exponent of 2, add 5. Remember our order of operations, so we did our grouping symbol first. Now we're going to take care of the exponent. Negative 3 squared is negative 3 times negative 3, and that's positive 9. So I'm going to do negative 3 squared is positive 9 plus 5, and 9 plus 5 is 14. That's my final answer. All right, guys, you have some homework to practice this topic on. Good luck.